Hello, thank you for stopping by. Just updates and a lot of things to talk about, or things are on my mind. Um, we just came back a couple days ago, me and Chelsea, and we finished the stories run. This was in Colorado Springs at Cheyenne Mountain Park, and I felt like I did pretty good. There was a lot of things that could have been avoided. Again, getting there on time or a day before, and finding a place to stay or sleep. We did sleep in the van. The temperature did fluctuate at times to times. It didn't get any above 36 degrees, and we were told by the race director that Sunday it was going to be really muddy. So the day before, they want us to show up Saturday because it was going to be muddy. We show up Saturday, 1 o'clock in the morning, unloaded some wood that we packed up. Race started at 7, and it was really muddy. Uh, Near the end of the laps, they made you do certain laps. I know I messed up. It was my fault. Um, I got confused about the course. I did run the wrong loops at the wrong time. Completely my fault. Um, but near the end of the laps, there was like hard clay, and as soon as you stepped on it, you're lifting up clay, and your shoes turn into boots. So from there, I almost did about, I want to say, close to 15 miles. Chelsea was only supposed to do a 10K, but she did join me, and she also did a 13.2 miles, and that was awesome. She did one of the hardest loops, and it was cool because right when we were done, it started snowing really hard. It was a really big blizzard, and it froze everything out the next day. The runner said it was really nice to run. So, but it was nice to be there. I was in control of the fire pit. So I just kept throwing. Oh, that's mostly what I was doing. I forgot to bring the right axe. I had a little hatchet, but it wasn't cutting anything. Yeah, everything was getting frozen. Um, it was one of those times where you learn a lot. What kind of gear? I did get some shoes. Another thing too. Know your equipment. Know your gear. The shoes I was wearing weren't broken in, and the socks I was wearing were like I said, learning from my mistakes, and I know I'm making a lot because a lot of these races are new to me, and there's only so much you can do. I think, like I said, not excuses. There's a lot of things I could do before I just gotta figure it out. Wasn't wearing the proper socks. The shoes were really good. Um, I'll show pictures later of what kind of shoes it was. But I had a fun time. I felt like I could probably done a couple more laps, but um, we learn from our mistakes. Next month, we're going to be doing the snowshoe race. It's the first annual for this uh, running organization, snowshoe race. So that'll be something very interesting to do. Things I'm going to try to do different content. It's still going to relate to running and things I believe in. And I don't want to go on too much of a tangent, and I don't like to talk about things political because I know a lot of the world's full of politics right now. There's a lot of things going on, but I feel like people let politics, a lot of things interfere with their life, and especially with relationship wise, with family, friends, people you meet, and there's a lot of division going on right now. I knew a couple times I run into people, and I have a shirt I made. I don't know if it was the last video. It has the Navajo Nation flag, the Navajo Nation seal, and on the back it says Navajo. And there's a little Master Chief logo, and the bottom has a quote from not Master Chief, Mike Tyson. And I wear that for certain reasons, and one of the main reasons is because a lot of people I talk to bring into running, um, to let them know, hey, there's organizations, there's a lot of good things to be out there, um, and a lot of talk I get back from there is like, oh, uh, I'd rather run this race because out there's a lot of people who are against who I am. Native Americans or indigenous people or Diné or whatever they choose to call themselves. And it's not true. You know, a lot of people who are ignorant like that. So I chose to design that shirt for a certain reason. You know, I am Navajo, and when I go out there, you have a lot of people who are very interested in what the shirt means, and you know, oh, I've been there. I drove through there. You know, I love the place, how it looks. I love the scenery, the views, and all that, and the food. So, like I said, the reason why I made it because when I do finish these races, I do take pictures, and I'm wearing the shirt now, and I post it online, and everything I'm doing now with these videos, the newer videos, not the older one. The older ones was just try to dip my toes into what I wanted to do or what I wanted to talk about. And a lot of it is not to be an influencer. I know people barely post like one picture online, or they think they're a model, or they think that um, what they're doing is going to change the world. What I'm doing is not to be an influencer. A lot of what I'm trying to do is be a motivator. Um, when I started running, it was because of Chelsea. She told me that, um, in better words, is I need to be healthy. And there was a point in time where I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't, drinking water. I was like popping soda like nothing, eating junk food. On the flip side, I know my older videos, I was reviewing alcohol bottles just because of labels. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. Um, well, only thing I do is like if I have a headache, I'll take some like medicine, Tylenol or something, ibuprofen. But when I was saying that I was doing bad, I was refusing to go outside, refusing to drink water, refusing to eat right, and a lot of it came from my past job, past relationship, and I started running and exercising because I was running because I was mad, full of anger, full of hate, and part of it was to show off and to show like, hey, I did this, I did the whole, post the medals, I'm trying to get the best equipment and stuff like that. And then one day, my brother signed me up for a race with the Human Potential Running Series, and this is out in Fairplay, Colorado. And from there, I met a lot of interesting people, really nice people, compared to running marathons, half marathons, 10Ks, 5Ks in the city, where you just go there, pick up your bib. Everybody's wearing the top equipment. They haul butt. They get to the finish line. Everybody like breaks off. There's really no sense of community. Um, there are people who are there to volunteer to hand out water, but it seems like you are there just to be there to run a race. And this one race that I did with my brother out in Fairplay was considered an ultra marathon. And at that time, I wasn't ready for it. I know physically I wasn't ready for it. Um, Mentally, I want to say that I was all out over there and all stuff like that. But then I started the race. Um, Certain parts of the race, I did walk a lot, but I got to meet a lot of interesting people, especially at the aid stations. Different aid stations, different themes, different people there, and got to meet them, talk to them, and they were really friendly. And it didn't matter how I looked or who I looked. We're there for one thing, was to lift each other up, pick each other up, make sure that we're constantly going to achieve a goal, and that goal is just to find that inner why we're there. And that switched me from doing it for some kind of clout. And I was pushing to be that running influencer, get to that time where you're, oh, I'm sponsored and stuff like that. But I realized there's a lot of people out there who run because they're running to better themselves. They're running to make sure that they're health wise. And I started seeing that more when you start seeing actual influencers on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, when they tell you that you shouldn't be wearing this certain kind of equipment, or you should be wearing this, you should buy this equipment, buy this energy supplements. Go to their page for advice how to run this distance, or they'll tell you, oh, I'm running a half marathon. This is the hardest thing in my life, and they show you like a 40-minute video about how they struggled and they found Jesus and stuff like that. And that's cool if you're into that, but a lot of it just came off as cockiness and a lot of untrue content, because when you actually run the races I'm into now are ultra trail racing, and you talk to people and you get to hear their story, and they're all from across the country, and a lot of people come from across the world, and they tell you your story, and a lot of people you meet, it shows you how small this world actually is, how a lot of people do suffer from a lot of things, how a lot of people do running to get their mind off of the world. And at the end of the day, they really don't care about what you're going through. And not to say that in a mean way, but we are fighting a battle. We're all fighting something. We're all going through something, and that shows that you're not alone. And I like that kind of thing where you're able to run with someone next to you, or people care that you're there, people motivate you, people cheer you on, and it's not that you're there just to get a t-shirt or a medal at the end or something like that. I feel like being a part of this running community has made me feel better, especially running with Chelsea, and Lily and Alexa watching us run, and I know Lily wanted to get into it, and I'm not going to say I'm the one. It could have been my brother, but my mom is choosing to get back into running, and she's going to do one of the early races for the Shiprock Marathon. I believe it's a 5K, and I like that. Like I said, I'm not going to take any of the credit. I know every time we run or do something, I always send pictures to my mom, and now she's running, and I'm very proud of that. I'm very happy, because that's what I'm going for now, to motivate people, or to show that it's never too late. I've run against people, or run with people who are 70, 80 years old, and they blow me away. And that's motivation for me to know that, hey, no matter what I'm going through, I can still keep going. I can still push myself. And I'm not to that point where, it's an addiction, where a lot of people come to that, like, hey, I'm running because I'm addicted to, I'm running because there's that, that feel of like conquerness. You can have that, more power to you. But when I run, I feel like everything that's going on is not going on. There's a lot of stuff that you could be going through, but I feel like, find what makes you happy, and what makes me happy is running, especially when Chelsea's there, or when Lily and Alexa are there, or when my brother's there, or when, I do post the things online. And like I said, it's not to gloat, it's not to show that I'm being cocky or stuff like that. It's just to show that, hey, 1 mile, 2 miles, up to the highest I've done so far was 32 miles, that you're able to do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And mile doesn't matter, up to 100 miles, it doesn't matter, because I've talked to a lot of people who have run 200, 250, 300, 400 miles, and they're very humble people. They're very nice. They're willing to help. They're willing to put their time aside to give you advice. And at the end, they always tell you, hey, at the end of the day, it's just running. It's nothing to overthink. It's nothing to, you know, say, hey, I'm running, I'm better than you, to gloat, to shove crap in your face. And, you know, that's why I get to my next point where the race director, one of the most, in a better words, humble person I know, you know, knowing his history in running and the things he has done all the way until now, it's amazing that he's not that kind of guy to be like, hey, you know, this is what I've done, respect me, you know, here's all my belt buckles, here's all my trophies, here's all my medals and stuff like that. And that shows that, you know, you can be an amazing person and without saying it to the world. And I know when I talk like this, or when I don't have a script, I don't write anything down. I try to say what's on my mind and stuff like that, or what's more of it from the heart. So on top of that, you know, it doesn't matter where you come from or what you do. I feel like running is one of those things. It's like a universal language. From running from El Paso, you have a lot of people there. Running from Colorado Springs, you have a lot of people that come down from different states because they love the scenery, they love running in snow, they love dealing with the people there because they know that when they get there, they can talk to people, they can, you know, meet old friends, and it shows that you can leave your bubble and be able to talk to other people. So one of my next videos, I know I kind of ranted on about that. One of my next videos is that I want to start interviewing certain people or people from walks of life, but still do the running content. One of them is the race director. I do have to figure out, you know, questions. I don't want to be that boring, but I want to make it entertaining, to show his side. And the way he thinks and the way he talks, I feel like it is one of those, the world needs more people like him. The world needs to be able to function in a way that it has more people like him, where we can work together and coexist. I know it's kind of what, the way I'm saying it seems like it's one of those make love not war kind of things. The next person I'm looking at is Chelsea's grandpa, and he has a lot of knowledge. I have talked to him several times, and he has a really interesting background. So that's about it for now. I am doing better. I feel like this last race, I do have to train better. I do have to get in better shape. I am keeping up with drinking my water, keeping up with eating better, cutting out junk food and stuff like that. So if you have any comments, questions, or whatever concerns, I feel like you can leave it down there. But yeah, thank you for stopping by and watching the video. I know it's not flashy, you know, editing, fireworks and stuff like that, but I appreciate it. If you have any other races that you are interested or you might find interesting for us, me and Chelsea or my brother, let us know, and we'll see what we can do. So on top of that, yeah, I hope both you, or anybody, I hope anybody here has a nice, wonderful, and terrific day. Take care, stay hydrated, make sure you eat, especially during this time where it is cold right now. It's 0 degrees. Take care of each other. You know, the world's already a crazy place where there's a full of hate, a lot of people who are going crazy. So, you know, love each other. So have a nice, wonderful day, morning, night, whenever you watch this, and thank you.